you, Peter. Right pronunciation. Your Excellencies, the distinguished guests, fellow tech community, partners, supporters, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you here today on behalf of the Board of Directors at STIKK, Violta, and the team. We are delighted, yes. We are delighted to have you join us in this special edition, our 10th annual KOS ICT Tech Festival. We have gone a long, long way. 10 years, 10 editions. STIKK started KOS ICT with the goal of bridging the gap between the local and international ICT markets, highlighting and bringing the latest tech trends and development to the Balkans. That goal is as meaningful today as it was then. It's a goal I know we all share, putting Kosovo on the global tech scene, promoting our ecosystem as an oasis of talent, an outsourcing destination for creative digital solutions. Over the past editions, we have brought together hundreds of exceptional speakers, thousands of participants, shapers, makers, creators, and visionaries from all over the world. We have connected expertise with opportunities, potential workforce with employers, startups with investors in different stages, fairs, workshops, and games too. This year we come bigger. We are here at the Innovation and Training Park Prizren with a rich program of keynotes and panel discussions on digital transformation, women entrepreneurship, latest technologies, and tech transfer. You can visit the Innovation Fair just outside, B2B brokerage event, the Future Developers Corner, the Job Fair, and more. Thank you to everyone involved. We couldn't have pulled off these great editions without your dedication and generous support. I hope that the next 2 days inspire ideas and discussions around the ways that we can create new partnerships and bridge new opportunities. Thank you for being a part of this milestone. Let's make the best out of it today.
Dear organizers of KOS ICT, management of STIKK, Ms. Sahatçiu and Ms. Chavoli, dear guests and members of the ICT community, dear ambassador of the Federal German Republic, dear head of USAID, dear ministers, dear mayor of Prizren, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it is a pleasure for me to address the 10th edition of KOS ICT, an ICT festival which has become one of the key events and promoters for this sector in Kosovo. It is a well-known fact that digital transformation is an important driver of productivity and growth in the economy. I read recently that Estonia saves over 2% of its GDP by using digital signatures instead of requiring paper. Digitalization is one of the key objectives in our government program. The new digital agenda will be one of the flagships of our new national development strategy. We aim to utilize digital transformation as a driver to improve our public administration, our education system, health sector, justice system, and all other areas of governance. We are laying the strategic foundations of digitalization in all the sectors, while making sure we have a one government approach to digitalization that is coordinated and aligned across all sectors. I would like to mention some of the key activities in the area of digitalization, innovation, and entrepreneurship that we are currently engaged in. In terms of our legislative plan, our government has passed the law on electronic identification and trust services in electronic transactions. We have passed the law on the commercial court, which is important for all sectors in the economy. It will increase the efficiency of settling commercial disputes which in turn will improve the business environment and make our country more attractive for investment in all sectors, including ICT. This year, we plan to proceed with a law on cybersecurity, which is a very important issue to address as we aim for digitalization of our government and economy. With regards to e-government, we are working on creating citizen-centric electronic services which aim to increase transparency and accountability of governance and improve quality of services to both citizens and businesses. With the adoption of the EID legislation, we have opened the door for the implementation of electronic authentication and electronic signatures, which is a key project that will start soon and will enable provision of many end-to-end electronic services, not only by the government, but also by the financial sector and businesses. Electronic payments, which are expected to be launched soon, are another important component in delivering end-to-end e-government services. Digitalization in education is a key component to the reform in this sector that aims to improve the quality of education at all levels to ensure that global trends are swiftly introduced to children in Kosovo. Our experience with the pandemic emphasizes the need for digitalization of our schools as soon as possible. Hence, as we are working on the new strategy for education, digitalization will be one of the key pillars of the strategy. Human capacity development for the needs of the ICT industry is the key enabler for unleashing the growth potential of this sector in Kosovo. As part of the economic recovery package, we have included a measure which supports IC trainings and subsidizes salaries for young people that will be employed in the ICT sector. This measure aims to increase youth employment, but at the same time intends to address the needs of the ICT industry for skilled professionals. Research, innovation, and entrepreneurship are crucial drivers of socioeconomic development in our country. We have concluded the negotiations with the EU, and by the end of the year, we expect to ratify the agreement for membership of Kosovo in Horizon 2020. This will open the door for researchers and businesses to benefit from access to EU research resources. We are continuing our engagement in making the Innovation and Training Park in Prizren a national and regional hub for entrepreneurship and innovation. Completion of the Digital Technology Park in Brnica, suburb of Pristina, will offer the infrastructure for development and growth of the ICT sector. The work of the establishment of Kosovo Research and Education Network, the interconnection of the public and private higher education institutions with Joern, a pan-European network for scientific excellence, research, education, and innovation, is another important step in creating and enabling infrastructure for research and education. For a long time, we have had a community of ICT with skills and energy which the government couldn't engage with. Now we have a government who wants to get in front of this by investing in infrastructure and digital skills so that we may meet the challenges ahead of us. There are many lessons to learn from this pandemic. The importance of technology and digitalization has been a crucial one. The meme that could have been an email perhaps captures the best lessons we were taught. Many meetings could have been an email, just as many conferences could have been a video conference. We need to take advantage of this possibility, which offers endless opportunities. Every citizen with an idea for business must be able to sell her or his products online wherever he or she is, whether in the highest peaks of Shar or downtown in Pristina. The government will do its part, but to be successful, we need to work together. The digital transformation of our country requires a joint and coordinated engagement of the public and private sector. We're open and willing to closely cooperate with the private sector and the academia in achieving common objectives, aiming at the development of our country. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah, dear Prime Minister, dear Ministers, Mayor of Prizren, dear team from STIKK, Ms. Sahatçiu, colleagues, members from the ITP Prizren. It's always nice to be back, Mr. Prime Minister, when we were here in April to welcome the first companies. What you said about digitization, I think, is not only true for Kosovo, but it's also true for Germany. Our new government, to be formed hopefully before Christmas, has declared digitization one of the most important priorities to get that right, and that the state sets the right framework. I'm really happy to be here for the 10th anniversary of Kosovo ICTX, held for the first time in Prizren. And I think this is the right place to celebrate and to make it happen here, because ITP will be the motor for ICT innovation and digitalization in Kosovo. ITP is now up and running, and several tenants have already, as we know, successfully operated from the park. And I really would like it to become a center of ideas, creativity, and innovation. And this event should showcase the experience and the great potential the ITP offers for its current and future tenants and the creative minds of Kosovo. It is symbolic to have the conference at the IP, as the park itself is a symbol of our excellent German-Kosovo cooperation. We are really happy to sponsor this event through GIZ, and also I'm glad to see representatives of the German IT sector here, and they will present concrete opportunities on how to foster cross-border cooperation and win-win situations later on this stage. I also want to say some words about the potential for cooperation. Your country has one of the youngest populations in Europe. More than 70% of the population is under the age of 35. The level of language skills is there. I know that about 25% of the population speaks a foreign language, and a lot of them more than one, often German. I think 92% of ICT companies export their services products to international markets, and these exports are dynamically growing from Kosovo. Dear all, the events like this strengthen the spirit of entrepreneurship, collaboration, and knowledge sharing in this sector. All this lies also at the heart of the approach of the ITP, and the just recently started German cooperation project, which focuses on establishing the ITP as a digital transformation center. Hope that you can make the best out of this event, connect with national and international business representatives, learn about more of the latest trends, and get inspired the latest innovation by local startups, all on the sense better together than alone. And when we see school children working on innovation, you know, it's great. I'm representative of the older generation, but it's never too late to digitize. Thanks very much also to clear my mind. Thank you.
Good morning. Esteemed ministers, Rizvanoli and Haidari, Mr. Ambassador, Ms. Sahatçiu, Ms. Chavoli. It's my great pleasure and honor to be with you here today at this extraordinary 10th edition of the KOS ICT Technology Festival. Today is a reminder that the sky is the limit. Around us are a mix of Kosovo's best and brightest makers, creators, and visionaries of the tech world, government representatives, members of the private sector, professional associations. There's no ceiling to what can happen in this sector and how it can transform Kosovo's future. Look around. The achievements of this industry are extraordinary already. The government and the private sector have it right in making it a focus area for Kosovo's future. There's a great reason for this focus. In a country with extremely high internet penetration and a highly educated population, the ICT sector in Kosovo has enormous potential as a driver of economic growth. An estimated 78% of existing ICT companies export their services to countries like Germany, Switzerland, Austria, the UK, Canada, and others. That is an impressive figure. Thousands of Kosovo engineers, technicians, project managers are providing highly specialized services for major telecommunication carriers and solution providers across the globe, including Cisco, Vodafone, T-Mobile, Amazon, DHL, and many others. The potential for this sector is widely recognized. For example, the government of Kosovo has listed ICT as among the top 6 priority sectors that contribute to economic development, promote exports, and create jobs for youth, touching on many of Kosovo's key development goals. We heard from the Prime Minister all of the steps the government is taking to enact the legislative framework needed to make this possible, all of which USAID is proud to continue being a partner in helping to achieve. Events like this, bringing together the myriad parties involved in helping a sector to truly flourish, are key to fostering support for advancing educational opportunities and enhancing and developing the necessary infrastructure, both key elements to attracting foreign investors to Kosovo's budding ICT sector. They also expose us to the latest developments in the industry, provide companies a space to develop new business partnerships and attract new talent, and create opportunity for public administration and government institutions to collaborate and build fruitful partnerships. This is also an area in which Kosovo's diaspora plays an important role. Namely, companies such as Code Labs, Dua.com, EvroTarget, and Speaks have brought resources, expertise, and access to new markets, creating jobs for thousands of Kosovo's young workforce. For example, take this pioneering Kosovo-based company, Via Nova Health, formerly called Zombie Soup. They designed and developed the world's first virtual health assistant, offering high-quality, affordable care to meet the complex needs of people with chronic conditions, a tool that's already being deployed in hundreds of hospitals around the world, including in my own country, America, and the UK. The company, comprised of young Kosovo and diaspora tech enthusiasts and experts with significant US venture capital investment, designed and developed a unique, innovative product, health monitoring application used by health professionals, patients, and research and development institutions in prestigious universities around the world. After the last 2 years, it's clear the need for virtual healthcare solutions has never been higher, as the world population is getting older, living longer, and suffering at greater rates from chronic conditions. Events like COST ICT demonstrate the path to Kosovo's economic development and self-sufficiency is one in which all of us play a key role. This is not only an important event for the ICT community, but also for the private sector, diaspora, government, academia, associations, civil society, donors, and other stakeholders in the region. I urge you all to take advantage of this forum. Let us focus our attention on identifying opportunities for collaboration and best practices for inclusive technologies and on forging strong partnerships towards our common goals. As I said in the beginning, the sky is the limit, and the ICT is that rocket to the moon. USAID is proud to be supporting this event, and we can't wait to see what happens next. Thank you.